Good morning, pregame crew. How are ya? It is Wednesday, January 3rd, 2024, 6:27 a.m. Mountain Time, I think, 8:27 a.m. Eastern Time. Good morning. Welcome to the show. This is a show where I go over indices, commodities, crypto movers, and shakers of the day. And I told y'all we have some changes coming to the pregame show, and I will definitely go over that at the end of the show, what you can expect for at least the first half of 2024. We're trying out some new things because we have transitions happening in TCG, all for the good. Things are going great. Don't worry about that. And you'll still be hearing my voice annoyingly in the morning. But I'll go over that at the end. Right now, let's get started with saying hello to my friends. I said I was going to stop doing the roll call, but you know what? I had a friend message me saying, we really like it when you shout out our names. And y'all are my friends, and I like saying good morning to Cliff, Shake and Bake, Greg, Win for You, hello, K-Mac, hey Clifton, ML Jinky, Ryan, Mike, Steven, Cody, hey Spaceball, Success. Yeah, IWM looks weak today. Gapping down, Trainman Dan, how are you? I hope your new job is still going well. Hey, Hector, Bixby. Hey, Night Truck. Jill, Carl. Perfect. Thank you. Hey, Lusmar, Diego, Kat. Hey, Paula. Are you cold, Paula? It must be cold where you are. Must be cold. And I can't stand it when Topher's not here because that's one of my favorite names to say is Topher. Yes, Ahmed, we include intraday ideas. Absolutely. Morning, Sonoma. Okay, let me go back to the top, see if I have any chart requests. We don't have any 2 or 3 star data happening in 1 minute like we normally do. However, 30 minutes after market opens, one of the most important economic pieces of data that Powell has mentioned several times is coming out at 10 a.m. He says that JOLTS is one of his primary metrics in interest rate decision making. We have FOMC meeting minutes coming out at 2. Yes, I said minutes. This is not the interest rate decision. This is just the minutes of what was said behind closed doors and things we should already, for the most part, already know. And if we don't, then that could shake up the market possibly. But JOLTS is the most important event of the day. That'll be 30 minutes after the market opens. All right. Aw. Thank you, Night Truck. Let me go back up. And it's crazy. This is something crazy. If you were listening last week, my son was home and he was staying in his bedroom, and it is like 25 feet away from me. He had his bathroom fan on. Y'all heard a fan noise? That's how sensitive this Yeti microphone is. It's crazy. Y'all were like, there's a humming. There's some type of humming noise. And it was driving some of y'all nuts. And it drove me nuts because I couldn't figure out what it was. It was his bathroom fan, which was behind 3 closed doors and about 25 feet away. That's nuts. So anyway, solved that mystery. ARM. Sure. I need to get started with the show, so I won't have a lot of time for a lot of chart requests, but ARM is getting beat up. ARM is going to be in the category of growth. It's going to be in the category of newer things, risk on. So any name that is risk on is now being thrown out. The baby's being thrown out with the bathwater because the market is getting a little jumpy. Did we lose that prior high, $69? Yeah, we need to reclaim this prior high over here. This is a newer IPO. A lot of us are in swings. I am green on this. We'll likely get stopped out today. I'm green because I took some exits in profit. I posted in chat why I was interested in this one. So ARM doesn't look good right now. 1 second, let me remove this. Yeah, this support, we're losing 68.38. On the weekly, we are looking for a higher low and 4-hour RSI is getting close to oversold, that may mark the weekly higher low. And if it doesn't, that's a problem for ARM. And then bears are looking for bounces to short because we're looking for lower highs on the hourly chart, on the 4-hour chart. So just remember, even if we do find a temporary local bottom, bounces are still for bears. All right. No, John Murphy, you are the best. I have a noise gate on the mic, Fuzzy, but I can't have it too strong because sometimes my voice gets soft, if you can believe that. And then you have like little gaps in my voice. Oh, good, Foxy. Awesome. Hey, Ian. All right. Let's get started with the show, and then if I have time for request, I will. Remember, I have to end at 6:50 because I got to go get ready for a live show with TCG. So I'm going to start out the show a little bit differently. I normally start with the indices. We're still holding yesterday's low, so that's important. Actually, let me go over the indices, then I'll go over a little special project I'm working on. So 4765.50, that is a double bottom with yesterday's low. We're holding it for now. It doesn't mean that we will continue to hold it. This yellow line is the last daily higher low. For now, we're still in a daily uptrend on ES. NASDAQ, we lost the daily uptrend. RTY, we haven't lost the daily uptrend, but we are close to losing it. IWM is weak. And YM is healthy as a horse. Look at that. Super healthy. And that is because XLV healthcare and finance, they look good yesterday. XLV tried to carry the entire market on its back yesterday. It's pretty fascinating to watch, but the Dow looks fine. And we go back up here and we look at it in weekly terms. This is a potential weekly bull flag. 4 hours oversold. When 4 hour is oversold, that's typically the area where we scout weekly higher lows. I didn't do the med table this morning. I'm sorry. I ran out of time. I have a new routine and I started super early this morning and I just didn't get to everything in time. I will figure out the new routine and things will be a little bit more smooth. But I can tell you what I'm looking for today. I'm looking bullish. I'm looking bullish for these weekly higher lows with 4 hours. 4 hour oversold on lots of charts makes me look bullish. I would prefer that we gap down hard, hold daily support while we look for that weekly higher low. That's what I would prefer. But I may not get that ideal setup, and that's okay. I don't have to have the ideal setup to make money. Okay, so that's ES. NASDAQ on the weekly, we're still looking for a higher low. And look at this 4 hour is really beat up. So I am leaning toward NASDAQ longs versus ES longs because it's more beat up. And look at that lower wick of bulls buying the dip right there. Doesn't mean this is going to hold. We did lose yesterday's low, but let's see what the bulls can do with this. And then after JOLTS data, we'll have to see what the afternoon has in store. Is that where the bears step in and say, okay, now we're going to attempt the lower highs. So here's the aggressive and conservative play for today. If you want to be an aggressive trader, you're looking bullish this morning. If you want to be a conservative trader, you're waiting for bounces to short. So you just have to determine, do I want to be aggressive or conservative? I'm choosing aggressive. I like the risk to reward on aggressive play. RTY, again, we're through yesterday's low. And Dow looks really good. No big major issues here. Yep, Bitcoin had a pretty big dump. And is that a precursor to what's going on in the market? And I'll go over that in just a second. I want to show y'all, gotta make sure I have no account number showing. This is a project I have talked to y'all about. I started this project back in July 1, excuse me. So I downloaded every transaction I have in Tasty Trade. I had none in June, and then July 1, I started it. I am new to Tasty Works with Iron Condors, and I had I had an issue right here that I admit that I should have gotten out of sooner. I had a problem. I still don't know how to work Tasty Works that great, but it's still working for me. So overall, this is my Iron Condor approach where I do it 50 wide. And so this was July results. And then August, it wasn't as consistent, so I stopped doing it. And as y'all know, I had personal issues that happened here, so I just stopped trading I tried one day in October. I'm like, forget it. Mentally, I'm still not there. November, I started again. In December, I started again, and I had no losers in December. So the number of days that I won was 90%. So of the 40, winners, break even, losers. So I have out of 53 days of trading the Iron Condor strategy. So out of 53 days, I won 45% of the time. I had a 90% win rate, and here is my profitability. And so my profit, this is profit minus commission. So Tastyworks, their commission, I had over $10,000 in profit, but when you take out the commission, it was like $9,400. So this is my special project for the weekend, is I want to make a video on how this worked out and how I'm continuing this year with this strategy. And I will put that video out to TCG members only. So my plan is to have that video out this weekend. So those of you who like more advanced option strategies, maybe this will be one you like. All right. Yeah, hit the like button, why don't ya? Okay, so we went over indices. VIX, we're still looking for a potential 4-hour lower high. Let's go do the magic rectangle. Here, we're looking for a 4-hour lower high on VIX. Why? Because of the dip. I can't stand it when people ask themselves a question, then answer it. Terrible conversational style or even talking style, so I'll try not to do that. But we dipped to about 60% of this retrace from the 1423. We didn't get quite up to that 1449. I'm looking for a 4-hour lower high on VIX. If that were to happen, that would also help the market bounce. Okay, and here's the key for the market. Dixie. Okay. Right here, where can I show y'all better? Because one of our members asked me, which I was a little late in answering, I think it was you, P. May, you asked me about the dollar, and I had taken a coffee break this morning, and I came back and I saw that I had missed your question. I was a little delinquent in answering it. But P. May's question was, what do I anticipate with dollar? Do y'all see this area 102.643, 629, 102.54? This is where bears stepped in before and said, whoa, whoa, whoa. This is the max value that I think the dollar has, and we're going to sell here. And y'all know I like to jokingly call it Compton. This is where the bears and bulls are fighting here in this area. This is a huge resistance zone. Now, let's keep going with the thinking that you're going to hear me say many times in the next 11 minutes. And this is the reverse. We're looking for a weekly lower high in the dollar. We're in a weekly downtrend, looking for a weekly lower high, and 4-hour is overbought. This is the area to look short on the dollar, and we need the dollar to sit down in order for the market to bounce, okay? So this is the inverse of what I'm going to show you on NVIDIA, and I want to make sure I get to my favorite play of the day, which is NVIDIA. Gold is still dumping because of the dollar strength. So we have an area in here in the 2050 area that has been a zone where bulls liked it. We'll see if we can get a bounce going on gold, but I would not look for that bounce until the dollar sits down. There is news with Libya shut down oil, something, yada, yada, and it's making oil bounce right now. Oil is still not positioned very well. A daily lower high is the more likely scenario. I don't have a current trade set up for you there. On Apple, I did the midday show as well yesterday, and we'd had a trade live right here. I'll show you. Literally, I was live, right? Oh no, that wasn't my that was during the morning show, right here, 186.01. So 186, I said that I was going long. I took a few shares because I have not traded live and I've not been live doing the morning show and trading. That's new for me. I've done it on the pregame show. I've done it in midday, but the long market open show in TCG is a whole different animal. So I'm starting off really, really small. That has been Dan's advice to me in the past is, just take it easy. He didn't trade, I don't think, for the first year that he was live streaming. So, and we got a good pop. Some of y'all got 60, 70 cents out of that. And the reason that we took that trade was we had a gap back here. We had a gap back here that filled. This one, 186.03, and we were sitting on the daily 50 MA. I am looking for Apple to possibly recover this daily 50 MA today. So we'll see what it's able to do. It's currently not gapping down. It's holding yesterday's low, and I'm looking for it to get back over this 186.77 area and reclaim that daily 50 MA. So yes, we give out live trades during live streams if we see good setups. Amazon's is not gapping down. Let's get to the good ones. Netflix isn't gapping down, but we are looking for a weekly higher low. We have plenty of room. Let's see, till 445, we're at 465. We're $20 above the weekly higher low. 4-hour RSI is pretty beat up. My preference would be for this to be gapping down for my beach ball setup. And if you don't know what that is and you're a TCG member, you can go look up beach ball setup. And NVDA, if it were gapping down, this would be the ideal beach ball setup. And I call it the beach ball because, you know, if you're trying to push a beach ball underneath the water and then it pops up, that's what I was looking for with NVIDIA. We're looking for a weekly higher low. We are $25 above our weekly support. So we're nice and comfy on the weekly 8 EMA. On the daily, we're still holding that 21 EMA. And earlier we were gapping down. We're not now. What's the 4-hour RSI? We crossed oversold and now we're bouncing a bit. So let's see what happens at open. I guess we're still gapping down. It's still below that 475.95. Man, if it could flush 475, even 470 would make it even better. But the market bounce is going, so I doubt that happens. But I do like NVIDIA long. Just find a place. You're looking for a location with a stair step, a tightening pattern where you know where you can enter and where your out would be, and make sure your risk to reward lines up. And I favor a long in NVIDIA. That is my queen of the mountain trade today. Tesla is not gapping down now, is reclaiming the low of yesterday. They had their delivery numbers here, and then it was a total sell the news event for them. But I don't have a trade for you on Tesla. On Tesla, the weekly looks fine. 4-hour is not oversold, and the weekly looks fine. I don't have a setup for you there. Okay, here are my setups for the day. Affirm, reverse back burner. I mentioned this on last night's market recap video. So I'm looking for 5 and 15-minute overbought conditions to short Affirm coin. So let me do this. Red, 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 red. So those 4 are all reverse back burner. We had a big Bitcoin dump. I need to go look at that for y'all real quick. Bitcoin, we had a big dump this morning, big liquidation break. We've lost daily support. Guess where we bounced from? The daily 50 MA. My holy grail indicator. So now bears are looking for top fishing, and they can top fish reverse back burner on Bitcoin as well as Mara Coin and Riot. It also is a great setup on Bitcoin. We're waiting for first 5-minute overbought conditions for potential top fish on Bitcoin and on the Bitcoin related names. Affirm, where did it go? Affirm went up 150% from mid-November to December. I'm looking for a potential blow off top, and on the next bounce, a daily lower high. So that's why I have it in the reverse back burner category. Pfizer, I like Pfizer long. Let me make that green. I like Pfizer long for back burners. So it had one, I think Lori C called it out in chat, that we had one in pre-market and it worked beautifully, but we typically wait for those during regular trading hours. And they had some news. I saw a small news blurb on Pfizer, something happening in Canada or whatever. But Pfizer looks good. Healthcare carried us yesterday. You could carry that over to mRNA. That's the one she called out. mRNA had a beautiful day yesterday, up 13%. Beautiful back burner name if you want to look at that. I need to add that to the list. And then if you missed it, TCG members, you can just Google right here, tax loss harvesting. And it will show you my video right here and my trading view list. So if you're wondering what that is, and it's now January, but we wait for those bounces to happen. There's wash sell rules. Sometimes people can't buy it back for 30 days because of wash sell rules. And it's not a bounce that I'm looking to happen all in one day. I'm looking for this over a 2-month period. And my favorites are these 4: AMC, FSR, Lucid, and SNDL. And SNDL because it has a potential news catalyst on the horizon. All right. Okay. GSL. Shipping name. Volume is okay. That yesterday's candle is ugly. It was obviously sell the news. You still have support at 1961. You could look for a bottom fish against 1961. But if that is lost, then you're looking for more daily consolidation. You're on your second weekly inside bar. And this could be a weekly bull flag. So I covered NASDAQ at the very beginning. I covered it at the very beginning and I said bulls were buying the dip. 4-hour was oversold as we look for that weekly higher low. We had that lower lower wick of bulls buying the dip. My annoying alarm is about to go off because I need to go set up the show for the TCG members. And I need to announce the changes. So from here on out, for the short term, we're going to see how this works. I will only be doing the pregame Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, there will be no pregame. It's very difficult to do 2-hour live stream. I'm doing it on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, we have others that do the live stream in the room. And so I will not be doing pregame on Thursday, Friday. If you want to if you want to hear what I'm looking at or my Queen of the Mountain trades, I'm going to still be posting them in TCG. So become a member of TCG and you'll still get the notes from me on Thursday and Friday and what I'm looking at. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, pregame show. Thursday, Friday, no pregame show. And that is the short-term schedule, and we're going to see how this works out. Do we get a lot of backlash? But it's hard to get backlash when you do this for free. So, and it's a lot of work to do for free. All right. So if you could give me a follow on Twitter. I don't even know how to get to my profile, so maybe you shouldn't follow me because it's not working. Give me a follow on Twitter at ChartGallery. That'd be great right here. Duh. And hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notify button, and I will see you TCG in 10 minutes. All right, thank you. Use stop losses.